Hello everybody. Today we're going to make a bit of a treat, flapjacks. Before we start, I need you to turn your ovens on. So if you've got an electric oven, that's going to be 180, or if it's fan assisted, that's 160, and gas mark 4. Your ingredients today, you can weigh them out if you've got a pair of weighing scales, but for a lot of the young people we support, they don't have any. So what I've done is I've measured it out using mugs. So to start off with, you need 150 grams of butter. Now, when you get your butter pack, it's actually got a clever little measuring thing on there for you. So each one of these little dashes is 25 grams. So you need 150 grams of butter. These are regular size mugs, so you need just less than a mug full of porridge oats. Don't use the jumbo ones because they don't work as well. Just use the normal porridge oats. They're cheap as anything. And for your golden syrup, it's about 1/3 of this mug. Okay, so about 1/3 of the way up the mug is about the right amount for your golden syrup. So that's, if you've got a weighing scales, 150 grams of butter, 125 grams of golden syrup, and 250 grams of porridge oats. So, right, you'll need a saucepan. You can melt your ingredients in a microwave, but you'd need to be really careful and keep checking on them every sort of 10 to 15 seconds because you don't want them to burn. Biggest pan you've got, pop it on the hob, medium heat, doesn't need to be too high, and then get your 150 grams of butter. If you chop it up a little bit, it will melt quicker. Okay, pop that in your saucepan. And then what you want to do is melt your butter down a little bit, and then add your golden syrup to your butter. Make sure you scrape all of that out. It's very sticky. Okay, there we go. Right. While you're waiting for your golden syrup and butter to melt down, you need to line yourself a baking tin, either a baking tin or a cake tin. I've used a cake tin just because I had one handy. If you've got grease-proof paper, use it, because flapjacks are notorious for not coming out the tin unless you grease the tin really well and or use grease-proof paper. So if you've got it, please use it. If not, just make sure that you grease the tin quite well. This is a 7-inch tin, and that should be plenty big enough for this amount of mixture. So that's your butter and golden syrup all melted in together. And then you get your, do you remember, just slightly less than a mug full of porridge oats, and chuck those in. And also just a little pinch of salt. There we go. And now, just want you to mix it all in together. Give it a good stir. Make sure all the oats are covered in the butter and golden syrup. Okay, so we've given it a really good stir. Make sure, as I said, all of those porridge oats are covered in the butter and golden syrup. And then we're going to get our tin and pour your mixture in. There we go. Come out of the saucepan. And then with the back of your spoon, just press it nice and firm down into your tin. You can, I'll tell you what's really nice, when you've got the mixture still in the saucepan, add some chocolate buttons, or you can add sultanas, that's really nice, or some nuts, almonds or peanuts or whatever you like really, just make it your own. Okay, It's done. Right, I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 25 minutes. Keep an eye on it though. If it starts to get too dark, just turn the oven down a little bit. Now, we like our flapjacks quite light, but if you like them a little bit darker, a bit more crunchy, just give them an extra 5 minutes in the oven, okay? There we go. Middle shelf, as I said, for about 25 minutes. Okay, so our flapjacks had 25 minutes in the oven. Now, when you first get it out of the oven, get yourself a butter knife and just lightly portion it up to whatever size you want, really. It's completely up to you. So out of this tin, I'm going to portion it up into 6 quite large flapjacks. Now at this point, just leave it alone. Let it cool down completely till it's absolutely cold, and then you can slide it out onto your chopping board. So flapjacks are completely cold now. Just slide them out onto your board or your plate and get a big knife. And now, from where you made those score marks earlier with your butter knife, it makes it so much easier to cut through. Cut all those up. And pop a couple on a plate. There you go. Happy eating!